Here are my attempts at Royal, Ibushi, and Narwa with my own strategies and ideas, except I did the thing where I just go about without explaining it and just expecting everyone to know, so all that will be at the end of the video. But enjoy my eternal misery as I fight Ibushi and Narwa. Alright, so the first 5 turns are what kind of makes or break this. So right off the bat, this is going really well, because Narwa is not targeting me. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Nightmare Cradle turn 1, because this deals all dragon, or all enemies with dragon damage, and inflicts hack down medium. Doesn't really matter that much, but it does stall Narwa a good amount. So we're going to outspeed Ibushi, and then we're going to absolute evasion myself. Alucard's still going to die, but it won't really be... Oh, what? Oh my gosh, dude, that's... I guess it doesn't matter, but that's really bad. Yeah, no, we're good. We are good. I'm not going to take any chances, though, so we are 100% going to heal up here. But yeah, Ibushi's dead. So, yeah, we won, because the hardest part of this fight just died. The hardest part of this fight is 100% Ibushi. So, this now turns into something a lot more manageable. Let's ask the Almudron of Truth if I will win.
No.
Again? There's no way.
Dude,
there's no way! What? It just spams Thundering Smite and it somehow kills me? Oh my, that's so aggravating, dude. Are we serious? Here's a compilation of all the AoEs that they used in one round. Stamina, but we gotta... And we're using Daring Guard, that should be fine, right? Full Discharge, that's not gonna do anything. Riding? That one was mainly just for if I'm not it. You just kill Ibushi, but then I think that the trigger on my controller, I hope that doesn't screw me up. That might have doomed me. That shouldn't kill us. I've been wrong before. Damage, that's... Dang it, dude. Notice that Ibushi is still speed.
Really?
Okay.
No. Wait. Another one.
Let's ask the Almudron of Truth if I will win.
No.
You're done. You're done.
No.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the run. I don't even know what number of attempt this is, but we're going again. Dude, that last round freaking pissed me off so much, man. Okay, as the text box just said, and to nobody's surprise, my audio got messed up. Again, I gotta figure out what the frick is happening with my audio. It's always messing up. The game was echoing and my mic was echoing, and it was this weird ordeal that I don't want to get into because I don't know what happened. But anyways, this was the run that we finally got our victory from. Really, the most important thing about this fight is just to know when you need to use your kinship attacks and when you need to use absolute evasion or your one and only surrogate gem, because that really will kind of make or break your run. And this is already a really sloppy opening as is. You know, we're turn 3 and I'm already down a heart, but like I said at the very beginning of this video, the first 5 turns makes or breaks because of the AoE usage that Ibushi in particular does can really screw you up. So it's just knowing when to use your kinship gauge and when not to. Now, I got lucky that actually Alucard was the result of my first heart being lost because of the skill Muster Focus, which gave me free kinship that I can use on turn 5. To be able to bypass one of the AoEs, because Mountain Fall is a really annoying AoE because it's random. At least with Bluster, you know it's going to hit everyone. With Mountain Fall, there's a good chance that it just won't, and it's really kind of frustrating to base it off of that. And sometimes Korra will mess you up too. I had a lot of runs that I cut out where Korra was really screwing with me because she wouldn't use her kinship attack, or her Monstie would not use a good attack that would help the Wyvern Soul decrease, because that's really the rider's main goal. And I talk about this a little bit in the post thing. The main thing that the rider is trying to do is just do Wyvern Soul damage, and your Monstie's just trying to do damage and debuff control. That's really the name of the game, and from there it's pretty much just chance work. I got very lucky this fight, despite the awful opening that I had. I got incredibly lucky with this run, so I'm just gonna play the theme in the background and just let this play out. I'm deeply upset that my audio didn't work, and I hope that this one turns out a little better. So. Let's ask the Almudron of Truth if I will win.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! And you know what's the best part about that? I got nothing out of that. I literally got nothing. The only thing that I got was, oh cool, I guess I beat them S rank. That's it. I put myself through hell just for that.
Miss.
That does feel good though that my strategy paid off. It was, I think, using Malzinos. I got incredibly lucky that run though. With how my tenacities worked and how my dodges worked out. I don't think it would have been a good idea to kill Narwa first, because what I would have had to do is find a fire monster that super resists dragon, and since the only thing that I kind of had was this Glavenus, this Hellblade Glavenus, I don't know if it would have been really worth it. I mean, I probably could have made something work with it, but it's slow, and I don't know how much I like that, and I don't know, there's just this whole thing. But I think the strategy I went into with it worked out the best, and I never have to fight Narwa and Ibushi Royal ever again. So that's all I care about. We did it! Okay, I'm going to try to be brief about what my strategy was at this point in time, because I changed it like 3 separate occasions. At first, it was strictly only use Alucard, my pure Dragon Malzeno, and just hope for the best, and then it became using what used to be Queenie and renamed her, but my Velkhana for Narwa, and then it turned into like something else, and then I realized that my meals weren't working. So here's what the final end strategy was. My equipment was the Gravios, the Royal Gravios armor. It wasn't even fully upgraded yet, but the Royal Gravios armor with the Royal Ibushi, Royal Devilo, Royal Ibushi Longsword, Devilo Hammer, and the normal Magnamolo Gun Lance, which you probably don't really need that. I just did it just because. That's our gear. Our decorations, pretty much just, for the most part, the real ones that you absolutely want are, I'm forgetting the name of the move on the hammer, but the one that only costs 30 stamina, that's like a better sweet spot, crushing hit, something like that. That's like something that you definitely want on the hammer, and on the longsword, really doesn't matter, and on the gun lance, really doesn't matter, but I just had pet and absolute evasion, and then like some other bullcrap. Armor, decoration, tenacity was a huge savior here. Tenacity really helped live that first barrage of AoEs that happens in the first 5 turns, so that helped me out a lot. And then I think I was running Item Saver for this run, which wasn't really the best option, but it, you know, it was whatever. It was just kind of a filler because I didn't really know what else to put in at the time, which is dumb because there were a lot of good things that I could have put in. For our partner, we're doing Korra. I think Korra is 100% the best follower, the best helper. Battle ally, I guess. I think Korra is really strong, and she has great survivability, which is kind of what you want the rider to have. And then we're using Golma, because Golma resists Dragon, and our biggest problem is 100% Ibushi, so I wanted to make sure that Korra's Monstie would be able to resist Dragon. Golma died mostly to Narwa, which kind of screwed up everything, but I mean, we still made it work, and I mean, for the most part, Golma would still be able to live most of Narwa's attacks, but the main focus was just making sure that he could live Bushi's attacks, so that's why we went with Golma. Now, as for the party, I had 3 placeholders. I went over this in one of my attempts that I cut out, but the only mod that I've really ever used in this game is just to take Ratha out of the party, so that's why Ratha's not there. I swear I didn't use anything else. You gotta take my word on that, I know. So the strategy revolves around 3 Malzenos, because I think that Malzeno is the best Monstie in the game, and I don't even think it's really close, actually. So we're using a pure Dragon Malzeno Alucard to just be dishing out damage, so long as Ibushi has Wind Mantle. And then, on the off chance that one of them targets my Monstie, that is why we have Carmilla, my Fire Malzeno, who has a tech attack to be able to head-to-head one of the 2 if they're in Mind Connection, being able to win a head-to-head, and yeah. And then obviously we have Dracula. the idea behind Dracula was to just make him just this pure thunder tank, and I did mostly just that. Pretty much all of Dracula's moves are centered around surviving and thunder resistance, because Malzeno already has a really good thunder resistance too, so I just stacked even more of it onto Dracula, who is my ice Malzeno, because Narwa was weaker to ice, and so I could still be doing damage while also tanking any thunder AoEs or just thunder hits in general from Narwa and not even worry about it. I ran this particular Malzeno just because I thought I was going to be doing the same strategy as I did this the whole time up until this final attempt, where I kill Ibushi first and then try to tank all the AoE barrage that Narwa launches, and I kind of adjusted that a little bit in my last run because my whole focus was just kill Ibushi and then we can kill Narwa. The problem is when you kill Ibushi, Narwa starts going freaking crazy mode and just spams AoEs out the wazoo, as you saw in my first attempt. It was just like constant barrage of AoEs, and I just could not keep up. Golma and Korra died, and then I died, and then Malzeno died, and it was just a mess. So I kind of adjusted that a little bit, and I said, well, maybe let's just try and maybe kill Narwa first. But every time I tried to kill Narwa first, Ibushi would always kill me because Ibushi does so much freaking damage, and especially to the Malzeno, because Malzeno is very weak to Dragon. So it was kind of like finding this common ground, and that's kind of eventually what I did. I just kind of found what would work best as like evening those two health pools, and it turned out to work out exactly perfectly like that. So Alucard's main purpose was just to do the damage. Carmilla's main purpose was to win head-to-heads, specifically for mind connection, and Dracula's sole purpose was to survive Narwa's barrage. So that was my monsties, and then obviously for moves, for the most part, it was Snow Mantle and Pickaxe Beak. Those were the two biggest moves to use because Snow Mantle grants crit, speed, and dodge up, which is humongous in this fight. Being able to dodge things, being able to always act before Ibushi, and getting high crit damage, super, super helpful. And then, of course, Pickaxe Beak, when you stack it up, you can get Wyvern Soul defense down large, and the Devil Hammer has very high Wyvern Fell, and then stack that on the skills that do high Wyvern Fell. Your hunter's purpose, or I guess your rider's purpose, is to do as much Wyvern Fell as possible, and your Monstie is supposed to be doing as much damage as possible and as much debuffing as possible. So that was pretty much the strategy. I hope this made a little more sense than the last time I did one of these. Someone called me out, and I'm glad that they did, about how my strategy with the green plus up in the demo was confusing and didn't make any sense, and I never explained it. I hope this kind of expands on that a little bit, and I'm going to be posting some more runs later. I did a Velkhana run with no camera, no mic, and I want to try that and see if maybe that works better, if you guys like it when my face isn't there, my voice isn't there, and I'm just editing videos, just doing random stuff like this. But that was a run, so GG.